r/AskReddit, what are some very comforting facts? If you make it to the airport without dying, you've already passed the deadliest part of plane travel. Your pets will forgive you if you accidentally step on them. Petting animals lowers cortisol. It's illegal in Switzerland to own just one guinea pig. You have to have at least two if you want to have any. Guinea pigs get lonely. The dog estimates the time of your return home by how much of your smell is left in the house from your morning routine. Bees inform their friends about good flowers nearby by dancing. India's tiger population grew from 1,411 in 2006 to 2,967 tigers as per the 2018 census. Based on the best available information, tiger populations are stable or increasing in India, Nepal, Bhutan, Russia, and China. But much more work is needed to protect this species if we are to secure its future in the wild. There's a place in Japan called Capybara Land where you can hang out with capybaras and see them chilling in hot springs. Sometimes dogs in movies have to have CGI tails because they keep wagging their tails. They are just so happy to be there. The ozone layer is slowly repairing itself. Tarantulas keep tiny frogs as pets sometimes. Cheetahs are very shy animals. So some zoos give them support dogs like those for humans. It's the cutest thing ever. The bigger reason for this is that cheetah's vision likes to hyperfocus. In a crowd like ones at the zoo, they would get anxious looking at each individual and would try to analyze each person, which can be very stressful for them. Dogs are very good at reading groups and crowds. They pair a dog with the cheetah to rely on emotionally. If the dog is calm, the cheetah will trust them that there's nothing to worry about from those crowds. How zoo prevent the cheetah from killing the dog? They're typically introduced at a very young age and imprint on each other. Cheetahs are also not naturally driven to kill dogs as prey. A cheetah could kill a dog, but typically a cheetah would never hunt a dog in the wild. If it was in its territory, or if a dog appeared hurt and by itself, a cheetah might go for an opportunistic kill, but those are special circumstances. The most likely situation you'd see in the wild would be if they were hunting the same prey and they fought over a kill. Most sea orzes are monogamous and mate for life. Young sea orzes actually go on dates with their prospective partner before settling and starting to procreate. They can also be seen swimming in pairs with their tails linked together. Next month we'll start to see some images from James Webb. A NASA presentation on the 12th. Our next step on learning about the early universe begins. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep to keep from drifting apart. There is a type of mold growing on/around the elephant's foot in Chernobyl. This mold eats radiation, and the radioactivity of the elephant's foot has decreased drastically since the mold started growing there. I don't know, it's just comforting to me that the planet can heal no matter how bad the scar we left. Zebras rest with their heads on each other's backs so they can literally watch their zebra buddies back. Plus it looks like a zebra hug. Switzerland has implemented a scheme Time Bank, which is an old age assistance program, under which people can volunteer to look after the elderly who require assistance, and then the number of hours they spend with or caring for seniors gets deposited in their individual social security account. Eventually, when the volunteer reaches that old age when he or she requires support, this time bank can help them by providing time-based services which include consultations, babysitting, hairdressing, gardening, tutoring, or any other time-consuming job in addition to being looked after by a volunteer as well. About 34 countries are trying to apply this scheme. Very wholesome and humane. There is a group of bikers called Bikers Against Child Abuse who support child abuse victims in court by looking tough and giving the kids confidence to testify against their abusers. It's actually an international group. Know that really embarrassing thing you did? Well, there's a high likelihood no one else remembers it. If they do, life will give them far more experiences. That one thing will seem like nothing in comparison. If 99% of the world population finds you unattractive, there are still 78 million people in the world that find you attractive. That's a lot of people. Edit, thanks to you/Trixie Lurker that commented the actual amount. There's an island in Japan populated only by bunnies. Starstruck. This past year there has been a massive breakthrough on SIDS research. Meaning in the future we may be able to detect SIDS in infants and possibly avoid as many infant deaths. Edit, oh wow. My first gold. If you want to fund research for SIDS and support for grieving families, here are some resources you can donate to. The First Candle Foundation, Damien's Legacy, the Sleep Health Foundation, Bereaved Parents USA, the Iris Foundation. Crows will let other crows know if you're a good person. Feeding a crow in your backyard can quickly become many crows over time since the rumor spreads. And nearby crows in your area will know you as one they like. They can also be known to be protective of you and even bring you gifts. Suffice to say, crows are one of the most intelligent creatures on the planet and they are truly underrated. 90% of what can kill us on this earth, luckily for us, lives in some distant place called Australia. I once found a ladybug in my room in the middle of winter. I tried to look up if I could feed it somehow, and found countless other people asking the same question. The world is full of people who have compassion enough to feed a lone bug in the winter. A cat meows just for humans to hear them. And a dog dreams of its owner when it sleeps. My city has a no-kill shelter, the animals have nice beds, and get walks. People come and read to them. The cats are all together in a big area with toys and scratching post, people come to pet them. Cows have best friends, grinning face with smiling eyes, grinning face with smiling eyes. Nurse here. If you're having a general anesthetic for a routine operation, and worried about dying while under, please be aware there are about 7 different levels of stuff we can do to bring you back. So if the thing we normally do doesn't work, we've got plan B, then we've got plans C, D, E, F, G and H. And we rarely need to even go to plan C, let alone the rest. It's ridiculously rare for you to never wake up from a routine op. Of course it happens occasionally, but for every case you've heard about it happening, there's thousands of identical operations where it didn't. I've been qualified 15 years and it's literally never happened anywhere I've worked. My dog will always love me no matter how bad I fuck up in life. Although it might be a bit sad, she truly is my best friend. Cats blink when they like you. You don't really forget something. You just have the information hidden, but once you get back to it, you can recover your knowledge and skills rapidly. I've had a huge break from learning German, but a few days ago I went back to it and I'm already on a similar level I was, despite the fact I was certain that I forgot everything. There's a Japanese pillow fighting sport which features grown adults lying down in futons before the whistle blows and then they play a game of dodgeball with pillows in nightgowns, and learning about that just made my day, smiley face. A person born in the world today is less likely to die violently than at any other point in human history. And each year it gets better, never perfect, just better. Nobody pays all that much attention to you. Everyone is the main character in their story and thinks you're just another supporting role or an NPC. I find this very freeing. Obama was the president for 8 years. Confederacy existed for 4 years. America had a black president longer than the Confederacy existed. Ashton Kutcher is chasing pedophiles. There are incredible scientific advances in fusion energy and machines that can filter greenhouse gas out of the atmosphere. As well as a whole bunch of brilliant ideas to clean the space and the oceans of garbage. The science community is incredibly loving and fills me with so much hope for the future. I seriously considered not having children, and at some point I was even contemplating suicide. Now I will study physics, and I even would consider having a child in case I find a woman who loves me. I am curious where my life will go from here. The most amazing miracles that stopped nuclear holocaust aren't the ones featuring the US and USSR but India and Pakistan. They've had nukes for 40 years now, and hate each other fanatically. Furthermore, their nuclear arsenals are controlled not by generals or statespeople but captains. And yet, the human species is still approaching 80 years without a nuclear war. This tells me, when all is said and done, we love life more than we hate each other. Dogs know that we love them. Jupiter has been protecting Earth from almost every stray asteroid strike coming in from out of the solar system since the planets first formed. 200 years ago, over 80% of the world lived in poverty. Today that percentage is down under 20%. Sauce, https://economicsandpoverty.com/read/how much progress have we made against poverty/. Here's a lame fact, there are probably thousands of people right now that are appreciative of you for asking this question, and even more so for those of you who are answering genuinely. I know I'm one of them. If you quit smoking by age 40, your life expectancy is the same as a non-smoker. Also, it's never too late to quit. Global forest cover is actually increasing. Edit, interesting, this has blown up a bit. I posted this link initially, the criticisms below that it still showed declines for the world are actually valid, in one sense. https://our.world.org/grapher/forest area as share of land area. Tab equals chart equals earliest. Latest equals England Scotland FRA USA equals world. That is based on the UN FRA survey data. However, what I was thinking of was this data. https://courses. Cs. Harvard. edu/climate/eli/courses/global change debates/sources/forest fires/more/song Adel 2016. PDF. Which actually demonstrates the opposite conclusion to the FRA data, and convincingly shows, using satellite data, that forest cover has in fact been increasing since the 80s. Why the discrepancy? Well, the link below explains some of it. But the basic point is that the FRA data is based on aggregating national reported statistics, and it turns out that national reported statistics are deeply unreliable in many countries. https://www.def.org/blog/3 reasons FAO's new forest numbers don't add. So, there's a slightly more interesting story behind the statement than first appears. Those criticizing me for picking the wrong chart are right, but only as far as me rushing and posting a chart from the wrong data series. If they want to criticize the statement itself, they have to address the Song et al. Data series. Gum's gotten mintier lately. Having animal companionship lowers blood pressure, relieves stress, and raises dopamine levels. Baby puffins are called pufflings, which is about as adorable as it gets. I find comfort in that. You can talk to your pet rabbit by quickly pushing your lips downwards and upwards as if you were trying to look up your nose in a mirror. Do it quickly and you're chatting. It mimics the nose movements they make and you can see them wiggle their noses faster out of interest. Copy their rhythm too and watch them talk back. Also, stomping your foot like they do as well as turning your back on them when annoyed is understood too. If they have chewed something they shouldn't have, you can stomp one foot and turn around with your arms folded. Have a look over your shoulder to make sure they see you. They should come to check on you, and if they don't, stomp and make sure they see your back is turned. Eventually they get it and come over to make sure you're okay. Then let the nose waggling commence. You can expect them to do the same to you as well, like when you clean their enclosure. 1 in 5 people don't have friends. Not alone being alone. Humans can hear each other smile through the phone through differentiating vocal intonation between smiles and non-smiles. https://www.npr.org/template/story/story php story ID equals 182555131 https://hican.com/customer experience 2/guest blog smile customers phone/ The pollen that bees collect on their legs as they pollinate flowers are called pollinator pants. So next time you see bees hard at work, take a look at their legs, and you might be able to see the pants depending on how much they pollinated. Smiley face. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.